Alright guys, this is Sherlock Holmes, The Awakening. I got a key for free. Let's see what this game has to offer. Mind you, I'm going into this blind, so I have no idea what I'm in for. Big Red. The Shadow over London. Chapter 1. Baker Street.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Oh, wow. That sensitivity is high. All right, do we have to go over here? Oh, we got to interact with stuff. Let's look at this. London Advertiser, September 28th, 1882. Tensions between England and Sweden are running high after a series of unfortunate mishaps during a recent visit to London by Swedish Princess Ilder. I don't know how to actually say that. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Chief among the scandals was the embarrassment of the British diplomatic corps as a result of the unexplained disappearance of Princess Ilder's personal bodyguard. The longtime member of her inner circle took the opportunity to explore London while off duty and never returned from his late promenade. A spokesperson for the police assures the Advertiser that they are confident the bodyguard will be located, as he is a striking representative of the Scandinavian people. A man like that gets noticed whether by his peers at the gentleman's club or the fair nightingales who comfort them.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
Yeah.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
Okay. We had 3 out of 3 there, so...
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Alright, so we're finally out? Oh, shoot. Here we go. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing it. Investigating. I want to see what's over here. Okay, nothing. Nothing's over there. (221B) Baker Street. Oh, wow. It's a rainy day. Try not Why not dress in something more appropriate for the weather? Oh. Oh, I see. Huh, you could actually customize your guy's look, Sherlock's look. What in the world? Hey, that's a classic Sherlock Holmes hat right there. Kind of like that, though. My Sherlock is going to have some glasses. Watson brought the morning's post, but the strand is missing. He disposed of it before entering the building because the pages were soiled. There's still a chance it might be found in the dustbin. So, are we supposed to look in the garbage?
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
Is this it? Oh.
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil.
Oh, here we go. Found
The
it.
cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You?
Oh.
That's madness.
Get the strand. Get your copy of the strand here. Get the strand. Get your copy. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast.
And why are you
Then
telling me to
still
come
here?
over?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
What happened to my newspaper? What were today's headlines?
Any breaking news today?
The dog accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes, yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything about burglaries?
I'm not sure, sir.
What happened to my
You're a
newspaper?
bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Cool, now I can take the day off.
What did he do to the newspaper?
did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Where was he headed? By the way, he's
Which way
lying
did he
about
go?
being scared.
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Tell me about the man at your doorstep.
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises. All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
Maybe. Wait,
Get the
can we go up
strand.
there?
Get your copy of the strand here.
Dude, you ran out of papers. You can't be selling anymore. You just walk away. Navigate to the Mind Palace. Wait, what? Who ruined the strand? Alright. Book from Barnes. Dude, this is weird. This is very weird. The strand is missing. Wait, what am I supposed to do here? The strand is missing. Cactus spine potentially poisoned. Book from Barnes. Newspaper is indeed in the dustbin. Okay. Oh, I gotta do it like this. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah, there we go. I figured it out. The newsboy said the suspicious man was carrying a stack of books, and this morning, Mr. Barnes, the local bookseller, delivered the novel for Dr. Watson. A cactus spine for assassination, a loud bang, a visit to Mr. Barnes is in order. Where's the Barnes shop? I forgot. Oh, it's right here. Oh, so now he's off break. I got you. Got it.
A ruined newspaper is hardly the end of the world. We can always buy another.
Oh, that's Watson. What am I doing? Bags under the eyes. The effects of overwork. There's something down there. Ah, ink. Newspaper ink. Well, he's definitely had a newspaper in his hand. Doesn't mean he did anything. Man looks tired. Oh. Leans heavily on his right leg. Sore left leg. High heels. Wants to look taller. Okay, so let's recap on this. Mr. Barnes has large bags under his eyes, the result of poor sleep and stress, so he's stressed out. He has developed a limp, likely result of an attack, so someone attacked him, maybe? He wears high heels to look taller or stronger, presumably to deter future violence. Mr. Barnes is being threatened by someone. It might be involved in a plot against me. Could be just a workaholic. Character portrait, Mr. Barnes. Mr. Barnes has developed a limp, blah, blah, blah. He's not very confident.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please?
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out.
Oh. Okay.
The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Well, that's how he hurt his leg. Then he fell down off the ladder.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
He's a good boy. He's a good puppy. Okay, we got some more stuff. Okay, right here. Rawr. We got this.
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Oh, crap. A catalog of exotic plants on Barnes' counter. The name of the catalog reads Everlasting Plants for an Everlasting Love. Gotcha.
In the language of
Plants.
Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is.
I thought he said Minecraft for a second. Did anybody else?
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. finest view London has to offer.
Yeah, this game, I don't know. It's got me intrigued, but I don't think it's something that I would constantly play on my channel. Let's talk to her.
Have a look at my flowers. They will not bite unless you touch their thorns.
Okay, let's check this out.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
This isn't
It
it.
must take patience and
It's a
care to
cactus
produce a
right
bloom so
there.
beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin?
I think it is.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Meaning?
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Observe. Wearing makeup for beauty or concealment? Avoids eye contact or distracted. I mean, I avoid eye contact just because I don't like people looking at me sometimes. Unusual. Oh, luxury fabric. Unusual for work attire. A brooch. Mourning brooch. Honoring deceased husband. Anything else? What's on your hands, ma'am? Ah, okay, this. Her feet. Change shoes upon arrival. How do you know that? She's still grieving. Miss Fleming uses makeup to hide her tear-stained cheeks. Her dress is made for an expensive. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric that is not suitable for outside work. Her shoes show no traces of mud. She must have changed them when she arrived. While she tries to bury her grief by dressing extravagantly, she still wears a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her gaze, always staring off to the distance, reveals her emotional detachment. Taken as a whole, one must conclude that Miss Fleming is reeling from her tragic loss. How long ago was it, though? Ready to move on. Mrs. Fleming, wearing a mourning brooch in memory of her late husband. Her dress is made from an expensive fabric that is not suitable for work. Her shoes show no traces of mud. She must have changed them when she arrived, obviously. Her eyes constantly darting around the street, seemingly in search for something. Perhaps she is waiting for someone. While Miss Fleming cherishes the memory of her departed husband, she is trying to move on, as suggested by her makeup and nice outfit. Perhaps she is dressing to attract someone's attention, or simply because she's learned to love herself again. Maybe she is ready just to move on. Ready to move on?
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Provide evidence. Character portrait, Mrs. Fleming. Mrs. Fleming wears blah, blah, blah. We already read all of that. Let's check that out.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a dole to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Oh. She doesn't know how the cactus appeared on her display. She went for a break. And when she came back, it was there. Ooh. What about this?
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I'd follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Mrs. Fleming says she knows nothing about the dead flowers, but hopes the bouquet is for her.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on
Lie.
earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
You? He wants you. So let's go check this really quick. Barnes isn't... I don't know what the heck. What am I doing? Barnes display a bouquet of dead flowers to attract the attention of Mrs. Fleming's, a florist. He may hope she will come into his shop and give him watering advice, or it could simply be a symbol of his desperation. Barnes anonymously gifted her a cactus, which he ordered from the catalog on his counter. A questionable choice, but for Barnes, a symbol of his eternal love, since the catalog presents these cacti as immortal. Plainly, this is the same cactus he dropped in the Strand outside 221B Baker Street. Now to hear the full story. Ooh, we have our suspect.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Yes, let's go. Mr. Barnes.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
Mr. Fleming's new cactus. Or Mrs. Fleming's. Should I start where my newspaper was ruined?
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled. You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
This isn't really my area. I know what to do.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the abstruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Oh shoot, we got the Strand. Woohoo! Saltpeter explosion rocks docks. Locals at the Port of London had a rude awakening last night with loud bangs and thick red smoke disturbing the peace. Merchant ship Moskva had docked their Pier N3 in the early evening en route to Europe when it was rocked by several concussive explosions. The Port Authority is yet to comment on the incident, and it is unknown if any crew members were on board at the time. Eyewitnesses report seeing saltpeter leaking into the river, but with the area still off limits to workers and the public, it may be some time before we have a full account of what has transpired.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But
It's brilliant. Let's go.
oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Well, I think that's going to be all for today. I'm going to save the game here. Possibly, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you drop a like down below. You hit the subscribe button, you hit the bell, and select all. And I'll continue with this little thing that we have going on. So, thank you all for stopping in, and I will catch you all later. Peace out, guys.